Telescope too?
Yeah.
See anything interesting?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Sam. Shit! She did it again.
The latest OPEC hike in oil.
The son of a bitch across the way's got a bigger telescope than we have.
Not we have, you have. I don't need to peep into somebody else's windows to get my jollies. You're a dirty old man, George, and so's your friend.
He's not my friend.
Well, he should be. You must know him intimately by now.
I don't watch him. I watch his Broads. He's got a hell of a stable over there.
Then he must be pretty good in the sack, huh?
What's that got to do with it?
Well, unless he's using some new remote-control screwing device, how can you keep from watching him, too?
I concentrate on the Broads.
Well, he's around, isn't he?
What are you getting so head up for?
You got the time, or you want to wait till after the late show? First, I'm getting a little fed up at sexually emancipated ladies being referred to as broads. Second, I think a telescope aimed at anything other than the stars is an invasion of privacy and qualifies the voyeur as a peeping Tom, and there's a very good law against that. Third, the first two really wouldn't bother me a bit if you'd stop watching so goddamn much television and pay a little more attention to your bedroom guests. This guest in particular. Now, you want to argue or you want to make love?
Define Broad.
Your definition or mine?
No, I know yours.
A girl who screws around a lot.
A hooker.
A hooker's a hooker. The fact that they both spread their legs doesn't make the terminology interchangeable.
What's the difference?
A hooker sells it.
So does a Broad. The only difference is a hooker makes the price going in.
Ah, so by definition, a broad is less virtuous than a hooker.
Oh, as far as I'm concerned, virtue has got absolutely nothing to do with it.
As far as you're concerned, or any man for that matter, virtue has everything to do with it.
Listen, I just said Broad. You chose to apply a disparaging connotation to the term.
Come on, George. Are you really trying to tell me that broad is not a term used by men to describe women in a disparaging fashion?
I'm just saying I didn't use it that way.
Would you call me a broad?
That depends.
On whether you were watching me through a telescope while I was fooling around with your degenerate neighbor?
No.
Okay, you define it.
Well, first and foremost, I don't equate the term exclusively with sex, voyeurism, or, quote, degeneracy. You do that.
So do you, but you won't admit it.
Broad to me is just another colloquial term for woman. Like dame, skirt,
Moll.
crumpet, moll. I'm sure John Dillinger never used that word in a derogatory fashion.
For authority on female aggrandizement, consult the FBI's 10 most wanted list.
Better still, let's look it up.
No, I want your definition, not Webster's.
I'm going to get Monsieur Roget's definition. You know my definition? Broad means woman. Not good, not bad, unless so designated.
You said a broad does it for money.
You said a hooker sells it. I said so does a broad.
Okay, if a broad is a woman, then women screw for money, huh?
Some women.
Broads.
Broads do it for other things, but in a way they sell it. Right, here we are. Woman. Dame hen petticoat.
Slang or derogatory, Jane Broad. Hey, look, slang, derogatory, broad, okay? How about that, smartass? You want to look up derogatory? George. Don't be a shitheel.
Whatever Monsieur Roget's definition was, I was not using the term in a derogatory fashion. Some of my oldest and dearest friends are broads.
Including your mother.
Yeah, you bet.
I want a broad.
And my maternal grandmother was one of the greatest broads that ever lived. They don't make broads like that anymore.
What's the matter with you, George?
Oh, male chauvinist pig, yeah.
Besides that, you're gutless. You're afraid to admit you blew it and lose like a man.
I wouldn't mind losing like a man if you weren't so damn determined to win like one. Oh, Christ.
I've got an early call.
Care to translate that?
It's getting late. I think I'd better go.
I thought we were going to make love.
It'll cost you $50 and an apology.